Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A real pleasure to be able to speak to you today. Maybe you could just kick off with a brief introduction and tell us a bit about what people can expect if they watch Good Night Oppy.
So, good evening, I guess. So, yeah, my name is Doug Ellison. I was a camera operator on the Opportunity mission. I even now still work on the Curiosity rover as part of its planning team. And I think for those of us on the mission, this movie is the normal documentary formula but flipped on its head. This isn't the story of the rover as told through the eyes of the people. It's the opposite. It's our story as told through the eyes of the rover. Our mission ended very, very quickly, right? We were having a great time, huge amounts of power, great science. A dust storm comes along and it was over in a week. And this feels like the emotional closure that this kind of project deserves. It reminds people that even these robotic missions, these great engineering endeavors, are still very, very human projects.
And of course, a lot of this work, a lot of research, exploration kind of goes on, in closed quarters and the sort of the rest of the world, general public are kind of unawares until there's some great discovery and then we hear about it. So what does it maybe mean to you as being someone very closely involved with things like this, to have your story immortalized and in such a beautiful way as it has been in this film?
We are incredibly fortunate that not only have we had our mission, like our story told by a team as incredible as the team that Ryan has, but that ILM went and looked at our data and made it as beautiful as they could. It feels like a fitting kind of emotional index, like a postscript to the whole project. It feels like we did, the engineers almost 20 years ago who designed and built these rovers all the way through to operating them for 15 years as we did to the end of the mission. It feels like this is kind of the bow on top. This just finishes the story in the most beautiful way possible and hopefully will inspire people in the future that these are human projects. Anybody can be involved in projects like this. They were always very open book. All these pictures were online for anyone to follow along. And that is an adventure that's still going on with other missions. And it's nice to have seen this mission kind of help tell that story of this exploration is something we're all doing together and we can all carry on doing together as a team.
And it was interesting talking to Ryan because, of course, some of these films, on the face of it, you maybe expect them to be educational, more kind of academic in their kind of look and feel. But this is more like, who's harking back to watching E.T. as a youngster and kind of really kind of getting into the characters and the love and the passion, the music that's being played. And it made me think, wow, maybe if I was a young kid watching this would inspire me, like the scientists we see in the film. So is that another, hopefully, a good outcome of a film like this?
That is such an important part of everything that we do. Like, we try to ensure that we share the message of these awesome missions that we do, be it rovers on Mars, missions orbiting Jupiter, going to Enceladus or Europa or wherever, to try and engage with as many people as we can. But we know that from inside these missions, we're not going to get everything right. We're not going to be able to do as much as we'd like to do. But when someone like Ryan and his team come along and tell our story so beautifully and so poetically, that takes what we do and amplifies it and leverages it to do exactly what you say, which is to share this story with the next generation of explorers. I can't wait for my 4.5-year-old to see it because I think she's going to be very proud to see Daddy's robot doing cool stuff on Mars.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with us, and I can't wait for everyone else to see this amazing film. Thanks so much.
Great to speak to you. Take care.